back. This is our Monday installment for ICT Mentorship, September 13th, 2021. Daily chart of the dollar index. You can see we traded one more time into the bearish order block and taking out the short-term high here. There, and it's come back off of that pretty interestingly enough. The fair value gap in here, we saw it rally up and then rally to a short-term high, took that out. So we've taken a run into a bearish order block, took out buy side liquidity, and came off the highs. So it'll be interesting to see if we move away from this on the downside and attack this sell side liquidity pool. And if it does, then we'd be looking here, and obviously the ones over here, as I've been mentioning for weeks. If we trade back above the intraday high today, that would be bullish and focus your attention up here. But this looks to me suspect, like we may want to trade lower. Dollar index hourly chart, one more time back up inside these relative equal highs, almost completely closing in the sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and noted from this low here and high here. This dashed line here is that daily bearish order block, so that we have our bearings on the lower time frame. And this level here actually should be anchored to that. I apologize, but once we're in video, it has to stay that way. So we have the high and then another high here, and breaks down. We do have a breaker in here that's a bullish breaker, low, high, lower low, up close candle, extended out in time. We didn't quite trade down to it yet, but just be mindful that that's probably where we're going to be reaching into that. Once we get through the lower end of it, if we do that, we have a fair value gap in here. 15-minute time frame. The bearish daily order block, that dashed line there, traded above short-term high here. Market reversal profile, New York session, breaks down, low prior to this higher run than this high. So we have a high, low, higher high, bearish breaker. We create it here, trade back up into it here, and then sells off for a New York session continuation. And the draw on liquidity is that bullish breaker. So be mindful of that going forward. Euro dollar daily chart. Down close candle, bullish order block. We traded into that today and came off that as well. So just be mindful that we have relative equal highs in here. I like that as a run up into that, even if we're staying in consolidation, because I'm not more or less convinced we're going to be making a sustained run higher or lower yet. But buy side is resting right in here on the daily chart. So interbank levels relative to these two highs here, that's going to be, in my opinion, the upside draw. And you can see those highs here. So we traded down into this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, cleared up sell side liquidity there. Notice the bodies of the candles respecting that discount low on this candle's high relative to this candle's low. So that buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, one single candle movement on the upside, rebalanced right here. Bodies completely closing it in. We overshoot it, yes, that's fine. This is the order block on the daily chart. Trades down into it and then snaps back up, clears up all this imbalance, this one as well, and back into a breaker. 15-minute time frame on the euro dollar. See, we traded lower, once more trading down, order block rallies through. Right in here we have another breaker. These two up close candles right here, that's your bullish breaker. Not this one, because it didn't go higher than the bodies of these candles here. So it's this one, and extend that out in time. You can see we hit it here. I'll drop down into a 5-minute chart as well. We trade right up into this area in here, and right into this area there. You can see that area right there, zoomed in on a 15-minute time frame. So buy side is there, trade up into it there on a shallow basis, but nonetheless, we have the bullish breaker, these up close candles there, extending out in time. We trade down, hit it perfectly. Well, I think it went one pipette below it, and then rallied and aimed for the buy side liquidity there. On a 5-minute chart, you can actually see the bullish breaker relative to the 15-minute time frame, extended out in time. And notice this right in here. We're trading off of the premium high of that imbalance. We're hitting it here, and we rally. And you'll see it comes right back down in. This is a perfect delivery to the bullish breaker, but what's also an optimal trade entry. So we have the opening price on the down close candle that starts to run off of the premium high of the imbalance. This is a propulsion candle. It digs in approximately half of the order block, true to form. Then it rallies away, anchoring to the opening, to the highest open or close. Optimal trade entry. Hits it with a bullish breaker in the London close time period. And rallies up. Projection is 118, 16, and 8 pipettes. Hammers it. So the session for New York and into London close, the buy is here on a bullish breaker. Buy side is here. How far can it go? Here you go. We have that plus the old high. Beautiful. Pound dollar daily chart. This one here is just a mess. We traded down into this buy side and balance sell side inefficiency. If I had a gun held to my head, I'd say it's probably going to go for the buy side liquidity in here, and then maybe even expand to make an attempt to get up into here. Because I still think this, with these highs being cleared, that's where I would draw it up to. If we're not going to go lower and we're not going to be trending anytime soon, just make a big impulsive run up in here, maybe over a day or 2 or 3, hit this area in here, and then we'll see what we get after that. But to me, that's what I would expect. I don't see it as bearish in here, so I think we came down into this, and we probably will want to move higher as a result. Hourly chart on British pound, again, not too exciting in terms of what we have available. Last time closed candle, mean threshold, trades into that 3 times. Here, here, and here. Expansion on the upside. Short-term high taken out. Nothing in here has any interest at all, not even in a hindsight. And 15-minute time frame British pound versus US dollar. Relative equal highs. Snaps up into that. Nothing in here really has my interest. So I would have never been participating in anything on British pound versus US dollar today. That's going to be it. I'm going to counsel you to look at your Thursday calendar. That to me looks like it's going to be the day for volatility for this particular week. And then we have next week FOMC. So you might want to take a look at that in advance, and you'll see what we're looking at in response to the economic front. Until I talk to you tomorrow, be safe.